Ramon. As I'm looking at the Restream feed right now, Restream has totally revamped its interface. Not sure if I like it, not sure if I don't like it, but it's pretty interesting. It says we're going live. It says cloud recording and stream. So I guess we're live and we're doing the Rundown with Ramon show. Welcome to a brand new day. Today, I woke up late. Don't know what's going on with me. Hit my snooze button so many times. Woke up late, eating breakfast, and I realized, wait, it's almost 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got a live show to do. What can I say? Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, but hopefully as you get more wins and you get more losses, things will, at the end of the day, end up well. And Restream has totally revamped its interface. So just sharing with you here, what I'm seeing differently is that the title of the show is on the far left. That's how it always was. Where I'm streaming to, they move from right to left. Interesting. It says Studio Live right in front of me. The resolution right in front of me. It says the time I've been on air right in front of me. And it says how many are watching right in front of me. So I guess that's cool. So I can keep my eyes straight forward and see it. Small little end stream. I guess they've made things smaller, or maybe it's that the resolution of my whole screen has been smaller. I don't know. But either way, I'm glad you're here today, and I hope your day today is going well already, or it will go well and blessed. Welcome to a brand new edition of Today's Rundown with Ramon. I'm going to talk about today why free is such an important asset in your business. There are dangers to free, but we're going to touch on today why free is such an important asset to your business. So welcome to a brand new edition of Today's Rundown with Ramon show. Get ready for a great show and knowledge and insight, but more importantly, fun. All right, so today's a great day. I'm still warming up, getting back. Hey, Darlene, from my trip to Romania, which was about 2 weeks ago now. Before that, I was in Chicago at Creative Con, so got a lot going on. And guess what? Our Genius Talks events, is taking off. Denny, Russ, glad you're here today. Welcome to a brand new day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And those listening to our podcast on YouTube later, whether it's evening, morning, night, whatever time it is for you, glad you're here today. So good to see you, Denny. Good to see you, Darlene. Glad you're here today. And I'm excited. One thing I do want to touch on is the aspect of launching, even if you're scared to launch. I have a new event series that I just launched called Genius Talks Events. Nobody asked for it. Didn't come from anywhere but my head. But it's amazing that it's taking off. We had our New York City event sold out, jam-packed room. We have a New York City event, only 18 tickets left. This is a curated, brand new experience. And so it's amazing and it feels good when you launch something. And the key about launching something is oftentimes you have to figure out what you're doing as you're building it. Don't be afraid to launch and figure it out. One second here. Don't be afraid to launch and figure it out as you're building it. Everything you can't do that. The proverbial build a plane while you're flying it doesn't work all the time. But oftentimes in business it can, because you can iterate, learn from there. You do the best guess you can, build up a good task list, build up a good system, learn success leads clues, see what others have done and how they've done it, right? We've been on the planet for a few thousand years now. But success leaves clues. But when you do your first thing, you do the best you can, and then you learn from it. And I'm excited because Genius Talks is taking off. It's a legit, real event series. People are buying tickets. We have testimonials. People are enjoying it. So my point with you today, don't be afraid to launch. Genius Talks, I invite you to come up to it, geniustalksevents.com, geniustalksevents.com. And I'm sharing this, yes, because I want you to attend it, but I'm more sharing it because the lessons learned. So many times we have stuff that we want to do, but we just don't do because we're afraid to do it. We just don't do because we're not sure how it's going to work out. We just don't do because we're afraid. And my encouragement to you today, if I can launch new things at the age of 53 years old, geniustalksevents.com, what do you have inside you that you want to launch, but you're a little bit afraid to do it? Iana, good day to you, Iana. Glad you're here today. In fact, you're hearing the sound of my voice. I dare you to put in the chat, what's something that gives you pause? What's something that you want to grow into? What's something that you want to build? What's something that you want to launch, but you're telling yourself you're a bit afraid to do it? What's something that you want to do, but you're saying to yourself, you know what? This gives me the heebie-jeebies, and you know you want to launch that stretches you. I dare you. What is that, Denny? What is that, Iana? What is that, Darlene? What is that? You may be listening on the replay. What is it that you're a bit afraid to launch? because you're not sure if it will fail. You're not sure if it will work out. Seth Godin has an amazing book, and his title echoes that. What to do when it's your turn, and then he has a comma or a period after where it says it's always your turn. Denny's confessing he's wanted to do a podcast, a little afraid to do it. Denny, I would love to hear more about that. And Denny, you can put that in our private community, our remote office hours. This is that kind of thing, Denny, talking about podcasting that I want you to bring up if you want in our next office hours, Denny. Let's talk about it. Post it in our community. So Denny's saying about podcasting, and podcasting is not easy for some. Now, some people want to do a podcast because they want to talk and just kind of about their personal life and they want to express themselves. That's one reason to do it. Maybe there's no revenue behind it. You just want to tell your story and share. Others may want to do a podcast because it's going to be a direct tie-in to their business. Podcasts are a powerful way to bring in people, to have people talk with you who normally would not because you have a podcast. They want to be interviewed. It's a great way to connect with people. Podcasts are a great way to extend your brand to the market. And after you do the interview, after you do the podcast, whether it's video or audio only, you share that out and start to build your personal brand. So, Denny, I encourage you to post that in our community. Those who want to work with me and coach with me and have me mentor them and coach them, Denny's in our community. You can check that out at RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. Check that out there where I give mentorship and coaching to help you grow your business at RamonOfficeHours.com. So let's touch on a few of the headlines of the day today. Chris Cushing is here. Wow, Chris, thanks for being here. Great to have you here. I was afraid to take my business to the next level. I stepped into it, and now things are changing. Yes, Chris. Yes, this is it. This is one of the things as well. For those of us who are business owners, we want to grow, we want to expand, but how to do it, if to do it, will anybody hire us? Will this really work? Can I manage it all? Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally identify with this, as you know. Growing our business is the number one thing we need to do. We need to earn our living. We need to earn a keep. We need to have sustenance. We need to live the life we want. We want to give back to people and enjoy life. In order to do that, you got to grow your business in some way. Doesn't mean you have to scale it to $1 billion enterprise or even a $10 million enterprise. But you got to do something if you want to take your business to the next level, everybody. Welcome to a brand new day. This is the Rundown with Ramon show. Glad you're here today. So let's move forward with today's show. And I want to remind you, this episode of the Rundown with Ramon is brought to you by Bitdefender. Bitdefender, all they want to do is make sure that your small business is safe and secure. You lock the door of your house, click, click, when you go to your house. Chris Cushing, do you lock the door of your house when you go into your house? You lock the door of your car, boop, boop, when you leave your car. Denny, do you lock your car when you leave your car? Most of us do these things, but is our business secure? Malware is a real thing. Ransomware is a real thing. Phishing attacks are a real thing. Hackers want to attack. Cyber criminals want to attack your business. I encourage you today, do me a favor. In fact, no, don't even do me a favor. Do yourself a favor and check out bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon right now to see how Bitdefender can help you take your business to the next level. Welcome to a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon, brought to you by Bitdefender. So let's jump into some of the headlines of the day today. Hey, Doris is here. Julie is here. Julie Riga, what's up, Julie? Good to see you here. Always a beautiful, smiling face to see. Met Julie at VCon, and we've been in each other's circles ever since. Doris, glad you're here. Good day to you, Doris. Glad you're here. And Julie, of course, glad you're here. So 2 headlines of the day today before we get into the main headline of the day today. Amazon, I thought this was funny, actually. Look at the headline. Amazon lays off employees in robotics unit. You couldn't get a clear headline of this, that the robots are taking over. Before they would hire humans to repair the robots, but now you can have robots that are repairing robots. I guess we'll all just go to the beach with Doris and Julie and Chris and myself and Denny, and we'll just hang out and sip on pina coladas. So, of course, it's not funny for those who are laid off and those who are not having their jobs. But I remember when I was fired from the United Nations, when I was fired from the United Nations, it was the blessed thing that happened to me, best thing that happened to me, because I wouldn't be here today speaking to you all. I wouldn't be Ramon Ray, a 5-time entrepreneur, 5-time author, sold 3 companies. I wouldn't be that person today in fullness if I wasn't let go from the UN. And I wanted to leave the UN. Like Chris, I had the fear of leaving, but eventually my contract wasn't renewed or I got fired. And I had to start my business. I had to feed my family. I had rent to pay. I had food to put on the table. So I had to make it work. There was no choice. But I thought this headline was interesting, that Amazon's laying off employees. The decision was difficult but necessary. And I'm sure there are financial considerations, but interesting that robotic unit, you got the robots. Ideally speaking, you'll need less employees. You heard the news from, the company that owns Square, Brick, I think Brick or Bolt, Block, company called Block, laid off thousands of people. I think 1/3 or some huge number, 4,000 or so of their 10,000 employees, because he said we're leveraging AI so much. Airbnb CEO said this. So to the business owners out there, we need team members, we need employees for sure. But I'm encouraging you, if you're not leveraging AI across everything you're doing, leveraging as your next assistant, pouring everything you can through AI as a thought partner, as a thinking partner at the very least, visuals at the very least, and even automations at the very least, you are missing out. Denny's jumping in. He had a robot serve his dinner a couple of nights ago in Nashville. I've experienced that as well. These are indeed, and it's not so much replacing humans sometimes. Sometimes it's saying, hey, normally we need a server or somebody to take the food that's already ordered by the smiling, warm human waitress or waiter from the kitchen to the table. Now we can have a robot do that, and still the waitress or the server can check in and say, hi, thank you. But the robot can help speed things up and bring food from point A to point B for sure. Greg, glad you're here. Greg, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon show. You're never late, Greg. You're always on time. So that was one headline of the day, that Amazon is laying off employees in favor of robots. Ding, 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 ding. Another headline of the day. Burger King bites back after McDonald's CEO goes viral. One nibble has sparked a big reaction. McDonald's CEO Chris video promoting the chain's new Big Arch burger was lampooned online this week, with viewers criticizing everything from his eating strategy to his use of the word product to describe the burger. A rival Burger King capitalized. The chain's president, Tom Curtis, posted his own video dipping into a Whopper with what viewers deem a more natural approach. Wendy's president did his own version. I love this. McDonald's and Burger King's fast food rivalry is intensifying after both upgraded their burger offerings. I love this. This is showing the power of personal branding even. McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, of course, are billion-dollar brands. We all know the companies, but they're in a day-to-day battle for supremacy, a day-to-day battle over who will little Johnny pick on the way from Sunday school after church? Who will little Mary pick when she's coming from karate practice? Will she say McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King? Who will they pick? Who will Chris pick? What a long day at work and she's headed back home or going on a road trip and she wants a quick snack. Who will she pick? And I'm curious, by the way, here in the Rundown with Ramon show, which one is your favorite, by the way? If you're a Burger King gal, if you're a Wendy's guy, or if you're a McDonald's gal, put it in the chat. Let's do a quick chat here and see which one's your favorite. For me, I love some McDonald's French fries for sure, but if I had to pick one, it definitely wouldn't be McDonald's. It'd be Wendy's or Burger King. Man, I like a good Burger King's Whopper, that sauce and all that in there. So for me, it'd probably be a Burger King Whopper, but I don't like their fries. So I'd prefer a Wendy's or a McDonald's fries. So for me, McDonald's is out. It'd be Wendy's or Burger King, and I like a nice Burger King Whopper. So hey, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Curious about you. Well, see, Darlene, I didn't give that choice. I did not. You always have somebody who wants to mess up the poll, Darlene. I'm asking, Burger King, McDonald's, or Wendy's? That's what I'm asking. We got one vote in. Denny's like Burger King all day. So that makes two of us, Denny. Me and you are Burger King people. We like that Whopper. Chris and Doris are coming in saying Wendy's. Okay, Wendy's is in the lead so far. Nobody said McDonald's. And that's another thing. It's funny, I guess, with the Happy Meals and things, little kids probably like McDonald's more, the branding, the Mr. McDonald's, whatever it is. I love this. Greg is saying our granddaughter would just point at McDonald's. Wendy's for me. So we got 3 Wendy's and 2 Burger Kings. It looks like Wendy's is a win. Moving to our next topic of the day today. Ding, 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 ding. The power of free. I've used free so much in my career, in my life, and I think it's a powerful, powerful force, a powerful, powerful aspect to have. Free can work with both ways. One, I've used free as an entry point in saying, hey, listen, maybe you don't have the budget. Maybe you're not sure if you want me. I'll do something for you for free, limited scope, limited time, but I'll do something for you for free just so you can see how I work, see if you like me. I don't do this with everyone, but let's say that Darlene wants to hire me to paint her home and it's a big enough deal and she's really not sure. I may say, hey, Darlene, you know what? I'm by your neighborhood. Let me come by real quick and touch up one of the baseboards of your house. See if you like it so she can watch me put on little booties and keep her carpet clean. She can watch how fast I work. She can watch how well my work is done on the baseboards of her house. I'm already in there and I may say, hey, Darlene, did you like how we showed up? Did you like what we did? If you like this, can I have the whole $75,000 contract? That's just an idea that you can do to drum up one more business. When people don't trust you and they have a lot of choices, or even if they don't, and they're not sure and the deal is big enough, it's okay to do stuff for free. A lot of the speaking that I do you know when y'all see me on a plane and all this, I'm not paid big bucks all the time. Now, you don't know which one is paying me big bucks, or you don't know what I'm getting out of something. But I'm telling you, that working for free initially to start the relationship could do it. I have relationships of mine where I know the person wants to be paid more. I know they probably earn the right to be paid more. I just don't have the budget right now. And they say, Ramon, I'll take a chance on you. I'll be paid lower because I want to work with you. I see value in this, and we'll see how this works for the next few months. That's not quite free, but a similar principle. I've done that over and over again. So that's one aspect where you can leverage the power of free to build your business. Free can build trust. It gives you an entry point in the door. So that's the power of free one way. Other power of free is in your own sales. Saying, hey, listen, come to this event for free. Pay nothing. Come to this event and try it out. You got to be careful because you'll have a lot of people who will say yes to for free and they'll sign up for it, but they won't come. So you got to be careful. Most events that are for free have a 30%, 40% attendance rate that people actually show up. So that's important to keep in mind when it's free. But the key thing is to understand that free is a two-edged sword, and free can be a powerful way to grow your business. In order to build trust, where you're saying you'll do work for free, low risk on the person, let me come in and add value. And or the second way is that you're offering and saying, hey, listen, I'm selling these coffee mugs. Coffee mugs maybe you can't give away for free per se because each mug could be a huge cost for you, but you get the principle I'm making, offering something you can, a taste of it, maybe especially if it's like food. That's what they do at the mall all day long. Don't they do that? They say, hey, listen, come on by. We're going to give you a small cut of this beef, a small taste of this. And if you like it, why don't you come by next time or stop it now and get the full plate? This is what's so important. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. By the way, before we end, I always love, if you have a question for me, something you want me to answer in your business, definitely let me know. Ask the question. If you don't, it's okay. But if you got a burning question for me, let me know. I want to remind you, got a few things coming up. Those who want to work with me, Ramon Office Hours is taken off. It is absolutely amazing. RamonOfficeHours.com. Get mentorship and coaching from Ramon Ray. Help with your marketing, help with your sales, help you get more customers, help you get better customers, help you adjust, have better pricing in your business, help you with the mindset of your business. Join me in Ramon Office Hours, RamonOfficeHours.com. Check that out. Don't forget to check out our friends at Bitdefender, bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com/Ramon to make sure your business is safe and secure. Check me in Arkansas coming up at the Scale with Stability Summit, Scale with Stability Summit coming up, scalewithstability.com. See John Maxwell and many, many others. Listen, everybody, I'm glad you're here today. This has been a great new show, The Rundown with Ramon. Love it that Greg's saying yes, yes, yes to free. Opportunity to prove yourself and gain recognition. Doesn't mean you do it all the time. Gain recognition doesn't mean you do it all the time, no, but as a specific strategy in your business. I remember when Gary Vaynerchuk asked me to speak at VCon. He had a policy. He didn't pay speakers per se. I'm like, bet, no problem. It's Gary Vaynerchuk. It's VCon. I get to hang out with Guy Raz and other people. It was a strategic benefit for my business. And so I did it. I'm glad I did. Building a relationship. Denny asked a great question here. What advice would you give for a new product launch? I love this, Danny. Of course, it depends on what the product is, but here's what I'd say. 3 things, and I told a friend of mine yesterday about launching a book. A, build FOMO, fear of missing out, ahead of time, weeks ahead of time, months ahead of time. Build anticipation. This is coming, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming. Especially build that anticipation with those who may have already bought a version of that before or those who are in your right demographic. new mothers that have a baby being born, people like that, grandmothers, a new pacifier's coming out. It's coming better than ever. You don't want to miss it out. So build that anticipation. Hopefully you've already built. If you haven't, build your email list, build your social following, build that anticipation. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and you don't want to miss out. Build the fear of missing out. Number 2, make sure it's limited and timely. 3 weeks countdown, 47 tickets only. 3 weeks countdown, 47 tickets only. You don't want to miss out. It's coming. Number 2, build a list of influencers, those who have communities that you can leverage, who can talk about the product. Tell the influencers, hey, this is coming. I'd love you to join me, partner with me, be a part of this launch, be a part of this journey with me. So build that out. Build that out. Tell the others. It could be media, it could be bloggers, journalists, or just friends, influencers who are within that demographic. Big LinkedIn, big Instagram, big Twitter, big Facebook followings around somewhere 1 or 2 levels away or directly related to the product that you have. And then number 3, you have the big launch. You have the big reveal. It's here. Gamify it. Make a big deal out of it and gamify it. That's what I would do with the product launch. I love that question. Denny, thanks for asking. Everybody, this has been an edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Glad you're here today. Be a blessing, make an impact, and have an amazing day today on today's Rundown with Ramon show. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here.